Yo, it'd be something like breaking the sound barrier.
Hey everybody, Tamara Beauty here, voice and performance coach. The question today is singing different styles of music helpful to me or beneficial to me as a singer? And so the answer is nice and simple. Not necessarily. It depends on what you're looking to do. So I think understanding where this question comes from is the most important part about being able to answer it for you. So oftentimes this question comes about because people are under the idea or impression that singing certain styles of music, could be like classical music or singing in a certain way, will give you a foundation that will allow you to sing every style of music. And I think the better way to think of this is, what is it that I have to be able to do in the music style that I am looking to do? Not every style of music has the same demands or the same things that they have to be able to do properly. So I want to look a little bit at the different styles of music, what they require, and what is a good way for you to approach that. Since that's a big topic, I'm going to be nice and concise and clear. And if you've got questions, you can always sign up for my e-news below and feel free to connect with me that way. All right, so let's begin with some styles of music. So pop. Pop music is definitely one that requires the ability to be in your chest voice, or the ability for you to be in this speaking voice range and sing really strong and heavy. There aren't too many people who have made a career without that. Now, if you look at Billie Eilish, for example, she's somebody who actually rarely goes into this heavier chest voice range. So she has done it. It's not like there's ever one thing that's always one way and never the other way. She's done a fantastic job of it. But for the most part, if you look at every other singer in pop, and even her, she has the ability to be able to do it. She's just chosen style-wise to go in the direction she has, which is a little bit more lighter and breathier for the most part. But she still has tons of other pop stylings that keep her in that realm. So pop itself, it usually requires you to be in that heavier chest voice range. Commercial pop, radio-based pop, means that you're wanting to take that full voice range higher, high as possibly can, without it sounding forced and pushed, or without it feeling like it's creating so much tension that it will lead to fatigue or issues in your voice. We obviously don't want to go there. Good training can alleviate that, just saying, but anyways, pop music requires that. It also requires several other stylings. I can go into this more in other videos if people find it interesting, but the little crackles that are at the very beginning of certain sounds as opposed to a pure sound, scoops and flips and breaks, these are all important in pop music, also in country music, especially popular country music right now. So we need to be able to do those things. If we move into another style, we can say that music theater, for example, also requires that ability to have that big, strong, belty voice. However, it's got a little bit of a different range or tonal quality that is sort of, I don't know if the word is allowed, but that is sort of maybe more familiar or more used in that industry. And a lot of the different stylings that are used in music theater are not quite the same as pop. That's what differentiates them both, and why you might sometimes hear somebody who's trying to cross over, they might have a little issue because they're just missing those tiny little pop or music theater nuances. Maybe that's another video. But essentially, in music theater, you need to be able to have that big strength and across your range, even into that high full voice range. And obviously, in both of these worlds, we want to be able to do it in a way that doesn't have so much fatigue. That's a whole other thing. So we know that those two things require that. Jazz could kind of go either way. It could go in the light zone, it could go in the heavy zone. Definitely requires a lot of vocal agility for if you're in the bebop sort of area of jazz, or if you're looking to kind of be in the more improv area, well, then that's just more about tonal colors and qualities and, experimentation, etc. So far, all of these genres have different things. Now, there's a million other genres. There's heavy metal. We definitely need pop stylings plus the ability to really push on that voice a lot more without that extra demand. That's a whole other art of things. And if we look at folk music, we don't necessarily need a heavy full voice sound. Classical music, there's a good one to stop on for a second. Classical music mostly is taught without having the presence of a chest voice terribly high, or in the same way as pop. Let's differentiate it like that, so that nobody can argue on that it is not taught the same way to build and pull or bring up the chest voice as high as in pop music. So in classical music, sometimes it's mostly head voice right from the bottom. Other times there's that chest presence, and it's done differently, even in different regions of the world. If you go to Italy, or if you're in North America, or you have different teachers who have learned different things, it might be a little different. But essentially, we're really looking for resonance in classical music. Not that we're not in other areas, but that vibrato, the resonance, the feeling of there's lots of support and oomph and gusto in the voice, with a tone that is not primarily based on that full chest voice range going up to the top. So totally different things depending upon which style you're in. So the reason I explain all that is because if you're in classical voice lessons, which can be awesome, especially like if that's the genre you want to go into, great. There are many things that you will miss learning if you're solely kind of working with somebody in a pop realm, just like there's probably things you'll miss usually, unless the teacher is very, very well versed in all areas, which is absolutely possible, but not necessarily 100% common. Then, if you're studying this classical music way, then you probably are going to miss nuances that are important for pop. So back to the original question, is it important to be able to sing different styles? Well, if you're looking to sing pop and you're not practicing singing in a full voice range, you're not practicing the types of sounds and amount of power that you will be required to sing in that range. When I say pop, I'm really talking about kind of the commercial zone of pop. If we're just talking having fun, you should just be always having fun no matter what you're doing and not worry about all the nuances. But if you're interested in the specifics and the particulars, then just know that instead of thinking of it as style, think of it like the skills I need for the thing I'm about to do. That's what I need to focus in on. I want to do that and still cultivate my own natural, authentic sounds and voice. So if you're in the pop realm, music theater realm, gospel, blues, many different types of singing, you're going to want to build your high full voice range. That's just what you're going to want to do. If you're in the classical realm, you may or may not, depending upon your teacher and or the genre of music you're doing, or the more subset of music you're doing, you may not be looking at doing it, definitely not in the same way. So it is not true that you need one style in order to do the other style, or it is also not true that one style will ruin your voice, because if you're doing something properly, you're not going to have a problem going back and forth. That is why I think it is helpful to always have a pulse on your voice, vocal fatigue, not using too much muscle tension, having the proper fitness really absolutely truly helps that. I have a Condition Your Voice workout pack. If you're looking for really specific warm-ups and warm-downs, I've got 4 training programs. I really have tried very hard to put the exercises in a range that doesn't allow you to overexert yourself, that does help you inch out of your comfort zone, and you know how to do it. There are videos and things like that that tell you how to do these exercises in order to get the best benefits. So you don't push too much, you don't kind of force when you don't need to, but you're inching your way up into being able to do them in a way that allows for more coordination and strength depending upon what you're looking to do. A good, solid, healthy voice is good no matter what style you're going to go into, but there are specific nuances and things you're probably going to want to learn when you go into those different styles of music, so that you can really, really, really capture the essence of the genre, which is just amazing. Even in classical music, for example, it's very important to honor the composer, honor the music and the song itself. Your job is to not put your own flair on it, again, unless you're having your own kind of fun with it. But like if you're in the world of it, you're your job is to honor it, and there are specific markings and specific lineage and path and culture in order to help you do that in a certain way, right? In the music theater, it's not quite as much, but it is also, we want the character to come across. There's a whole lineage there that needs to be followed. Whereas in pop music, you're really looking to form your own really specific, authentic voice. And sometimes the path that people are using, mimicking and things like that to get there. But either way, the point is that different styles of music require different things, and you don't ever have to feel like you have to do something certain in order to get to what you want. Try and look at what you're looking to do, build the skills you need for that, and also nurture, authenticity, creativity, exploration, and a feeling of ease. So I hope that helps. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribing helps out so much. We're really happy to see you here. Happy singing and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.